Okay, so this is the new lights for the Hardbody. These are 7-inch round Jeep lights, and I've already installed one at this point because I had to build like a whole custom bracket thing for it, which I'll explain in just a second. These are the Jeep lights. The only problem with these is there's no mounting for them and no real way to mount them. So I had to build a custom bracket for the first one that I put in, which I'm gonna build the second one right now. Let me show you what I got so far. So this is the first one I did. It's a little bit rough because I'm figuring out if I want to make any changes. So this is the front of my grill. Excuse Legs is crying, he's bored. So I got a big piece of threaded rod that goes through here, and then I added 2 nuts, and then I'll be able to adjust this and then back the nuts into each other, well, when you set the height. Now I know my welds are a little bit boogery right this second. It's mainly just to see if this proof of concept would actually work, and it looks like it will. One thing I noticed is these lights scratch extremely easily. They are already kind of tattered up, and I just been working with them for like a little bit. But it's pretty strong in here. Definitely pretty strong for a headlight. Like, that rod isn't moving at all. Okay, so let's just jump into it. This right here is my 1986 Nissan Hardbody D21, and this is a truck that you guys have been watching me build up on the channel for a little while now. And this is also my 1997 Nissan D21 Hardbody that I just got yesterday. Now this truck is super cool. Bought it as a parts truck to take all the parts that I need to finish building my truck and take from this one and put onto my truck. But this truck is surprisingly nice, way nicer than I expected it to be. As of right now, all it needs is a timing chain. Do you want to tell them? All right, Legs is gonna tell them. It's windy outside and you're cold. Let's just get started and see where it goes.
Well, hello.
I hope I'm not interrupting.
Not at all. Please come in.
That last song was so beautiful. Did you write it yourself?
I did.
Just fabulous.
So pleased you liked it. I thought I would call it
it's the next day. So I got started with things. Yesterday I kind of roughly finished up this fender. I still have some sanding and stuff to do. I'm going to sand it right there and fill in a little bit. I accidentally burned through, but this is nice and strong, which is super cool. I'm going to sand it a little bit there too. It's nice. I started the morning off by tearing out the interior on this truck because I am going to try and sell as much of this as possible, because I can't really resell this because it has a bad frame. So I'm pulling out anything of value. I might swap over this radiator into my truck because this is a slightly bigger radiator, which is, you know, free upgrade, pretty cool. We're also running into issues with the door still, so I am going to try and figure out how to take all the door latch stuff out of my old door and put it into the new door. It appears to be working. Door cards off of my 86 a lot more than the door cards on the 97, so I am going to use those instead, which, as like everything else in this project, takes a little bit of modifying, but it's not impossible. These are the old speakers that came out of the truck. These are the new speakers that came out of the other truck. Obviously I want to use the better speakers, because I'm going to use the head unit as well. However, just like everything else with this truck, we're going to have to modify it. Apparently back in the 80s they did not change the size of speaker wires, so in modern day one side is bigger than the other. So I have some laying around. I'm just going to splice these and then make sure it all works, and then solder it together or whatever, and then send it in the door, instead of just rerunning a whole cable through the whole dashboard, which I really don't want to do. Okay, that took a long time. It was a lot quicker. It was a lot quicker on this side than it was on the other side. But I didn't finish completely building this fender. I gotta weld it and everything, but the fender's in. The door works good, which is cool. Got the door card in. Don't have the speaker in yet, but the speaker and door card's on the other side. Door works. This is awesome. So I replaced all the components from the 86 doors inside, and then put them on the 97 doors, and then modified it a little bit, and then now it works, which is so cool. This is your first time ever seeing snow. What do you think? Enjoy it, because we won't be seeing snow in like a month and a half from now ever again. What do you think? Are you wet? Morale was definitely down, because I just called the scrap company who was going to come get this after I take all the parts off that I was going to sell it, and they changed the rates. They changed it by a lot. So it was $600 for a vehicle, now it is $400, and if I take any more parts off of it, it's going to be $300. So very frustrating, especially because this truck was supposed to be here a month ago, and I was battling with the previous owner to deliver it, and very frustrating stuff, because this should have been here a month ago, and I shouldn't have been doing this project while it's like spitting snow and freezing. I should have been doing it a month ago while it was still nice weather out, because previous owner was very difficult to deal with. FedEx guy just came, and he came at a good time when morale was at its all-time low, and delivered me a new tire. So this is a Patagonia Milestar Patagonia, which is the same tires that are on here, which this one's dead, so here's a new tire. It looks really skinny without air in it, but according to the side of the tire, it's the same size. Legs is on my head. Hi. Leg says it's okay. It's okay, Dad. Don't worry about it. Thank you. Thank you very much. That was some nice encouragement. Thank you. A little bit of change of plans. Do you want to tell it or me? He wants to tell you guys. So I took the bed liner off of the 97 just to check it, because I'm having trouble taking these beds off. I was like, let me just check this real quick to make sure this isn't a waste of time. Yes, it's pretty clear that it was a waste of time. Yes. Anything else you want to say? No. Okay, that's it. This is a waste of time and money and energy. I guess the positive side is legs is very hyper, and I got a bed liner which will cover all the problems with my bed, I guess. And we still get a gas tank, and we got doors and cool fenders and really cool tires. You hog all the camera time. Maybe I should just start a dog channel. Yeah, it's gonna break. Oh yeah! Oh my gosh! Okay, we don't want that now.
Yeah, because I mean your deck, so you're starting to tip.
Okay. This is a mess.
It's a mess, ladies and gentlemen.
Always is. My new starter just got here. I'm really hoping that this will start the truck, because I bought this truck thinking I could steal the starter off of it because I was told the starters were the same. But just like everything else, it is a nightmare. Thank you, Jesus. Dude, I needed that victory on this project. I got the new starter in. It was actually really easy to get it in, and it started right up. No problems whatsoever. Just kicked right on like nothing was wrong. So I needed that victory. I needed that victory big time, man. Morale was down. So with that information, what I'm gonna do is put the bolts back in my taillights, tighten up this wheel, load up a bunch of trash to bring to the dump because this truck hasn't run in a month, so we haven't been able to go to the dump in a month. So I'm going to load up the truck with trash, then bring the tire to my friend's shop, have him take a look at it, go to the post office, mail out some packages for you guys. This is great news. I'm so pumped right now.